Fleet of Fog versus Poseidons Syndicate. Let's see who's going. There we go. Beautiful Tingle. Thank you so much. All right. Pretty even. Holy shit. Fleet of Fog is rolling... Or no, Poseidon Syndicate. Sorry, I gotta get the teams right. Poseidon Syndicate's rolling 4 North Carolinas. 4 North Carolinas, and a Tago. A little bit different on Fleet of Fog. Fleet of Fog's rolling 2 North Carolinas, 2 Amagis, and a Kutuzov, so they're going to have a bit of an AA advantage cruiser-wise. Bit of range advantage cruiser-wise, but if you look at pure damage, they're going to have a bit more on that. Triple Bensons for destroyers. I think you're going to see that kind of throughout, really, all of it. I just think Bensons are too strong. Trash can is the trash can. I don't think it lives up. Detected too early. And the Fubuki, I just don't think it can stand up to a Benson. So this is going to be a pretty good fight. A bit more aggressive with the Atago. Has the Torps and everything. I think Kutuzov is better in this map since it has the range. Atago not quite having the range that the Kutuzov's going to have. But it's relatively sneaky. Going to be able to pump up more damage. But with 4 big battleships on each side, that Kutuzov is going to be able to just keep them all lit. Going to be kind of up to the carriers. Land Warrior knows a good carrier player. Fog Destroyer. Don't know how he plays. I mean, I played with a couple of these guys, but we'll kind of see. Hegzilla, I know a few of these names as well. Of course, we followed Poseidon Syndicate last week. They had a couple tough games against Kantai. Someone please kill me. There we go. You saw Michigan on TV once? Alright, let's do this. Let's do this, bros. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, bros. It's time. It's time. Supremacy League. Let's do it, boys. There we go. Keep them lit, you say? Absolutely. Alright, let's bounce right to a destroyer. J Frags, Blackstar. Now Blackstar's a fantastic destroyer player. He beat me all the way in one game. So we're going to kind of follow these guys, see what they're going against. I know both these guys are very, very competent players. This is the Atago, though. Battleships are a bit different. 4 battleships, 1 cruiser each, and 3 destroyers, as well as the aircraft carrier. Looks like we got air superiority, which is good. Fighter build Shokaku. I'm assuming that's what we're going to be seeing the entire time. Let's go back to Blackstar. Blackstar capping A right away. Not too much else going on right now. Looks like they might be pushing 1 with B cap. I honestly would maybe contend B cap with 2 destroyers, and A cap with 1. You're gonna think that they're probably gonna do the same thing. B is gonna be where more is going on. Looks like we got the first aircraft battle. Looks like they're scouting out. I wonder where his other fighter is. Maybe he might be going stock or balanced. That'd be really interesting. Nope, there's the other fighter. 3v3 fire. Let's go to Red Fro. I know he had some pretty decent games last week. Battleship Congo, the first Amagi to be spotted by this team. There's the first fight. The barrage missed. There's a crying stripper right there. 6.3k away. Gotta laugh at that name. Let's see if he throws the torps in there. Red Fro's gonna be spotted though by these aircraft. Torps are in, but they're spotted by the carrier. Shouldn't be a problem for Red Fro to be able to get them out. These planes are going to be going in towards this carrier, though, or towards these destroyers. 2 destroyers on B. If they can get these, man, this could potentially be a great strike for these guys. Potentially getting a destroyer with 1 of them or not. Ooh, good barrage by that 1 fighter. Still getting him down though. Going to lose the rest of it. Looks like a destroyer's on C. Do you push C though and leave these guys kind of get picked on by the rest of the fleet, or do you keep them spotted? And we're doing a really good job at keeping these guys spotted, keeping those destroyers. Not too many shots in on them. Hegzilla and a crying stripper not taking any damage. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Looks like all those torps are gonna miss from the Benson. Of course, they're spotted though. Crying stripper taking some damage. Blackstar throwing in some torpedoes towards Hegzilla. Crying stripper might take a couple. Getting really lucky. Let's go back to Blackstar. Blackstar putting in some shots. Oh, Hegzilla down to about 12k life. Shots are in. Blackstar misses those. Some torpedoes, but of course they're going to be spotted by the carrier. Not only showing that carriers, 1, are good at poking and prodding and controlling the sky, really good at, with all these 3 destroyers, really good at being able to control where the torpedoes are and giving that vision that's needed. Hegzilla taking some really good damage. 3v2 or 3v1 really. Looks like Hegzilla's taking all the damage, and a crying stripper has bailed out. 3v1 though, can they keep him up at less than 9k damage, or 9k away? Torps are in, looks like the one would hit Red Fro. Maybe he might snag one on the ass, though. Big torp hit on him. That's going to be... No, it's not a ton of damage. It's about 5k damage right on the butt, but that's a decent amount. And they got Crying Stripper, who's worked up towards sea, less than 7 kilometers away, putting some good shots on him. Because you got all 3 destroyers here. If he gets one good torp salvo, that could be some solid damage on these guys. Looks like he won't get anything done. Exil down to about 8k life, and on fire maybe from the looks of it, which is really, really good for these guys. Blackstar taking that damage, but if he stays in that smoke too long, he's going to probably take some torpedoes. You got to assume Crying Stripper launched some torps, assuming that all those guys are there. But basically a pretty good standstill right now. They're holding the 2 caps to the 1, which is really strong. Redfro might get a little bit more aggressive here. There's those torps I was calling about. Blackstar bailing out just in time. Only 1 set though. I gotta wonder where the other one is. Follow Redfro for a little bit. It'll let me. There we go. Redfro, kind of interesting to see that a lot of the destroyers aren't keeping, North Carolina. Oh, Oxmog taking some decent damage down to about half life while the other team is just taking none. This is the aggressiveness that the Kutuzov can put out on these guys. Let's go back to Oxmog really quick. About half life. This is the strength of the Kutuzov. It's gonna be able to stay at max range and keep lighting all these big battleships on fire. It's not so much being anti-DD, it's not so much being anti-cruiser. 1, it's helping with planes if they get close, and 2, oh boy, here we go. Destroyer Johnson getting a complete flank on these guys. Spectrumate having to switch over and kind of go towards them. A Benson within 6 kilometers is really scary. Misses his torp salvos down to about 2k. Spectra's got him in his sights though. Land Warrior doing a really good job, and Destroyer Johnson making kind of a hero play. I don't know if it was quite needed. What's he trying to do? Is he trying to get the carrier? Is he trying to get a battleship? Don't know if that was a really good move, but down he goes. Down he goes. Really good kill for those guys. They go up. Oh, he's almost dead actually. There he is. Down, now down he goes. Use free cam and B button, you say? I want to use B button. I have no idea what the B button does. Just stabilize it. There you go. Alright. But if you're watching it right now, looks like one of the DDs has been able to sneak over to A cap and they start capping it back. But they do have the advantage. No reason to push. J-Frag's relatively down. It was a good distracting play. That's true, but they aren't really, they aren't really accomplishing anything from it. J-Frags could easily push C-cap. They have the 3-2 destroyers. If I'm them, they know a destroyer is on A because it's capping. Put in a ship and press B, you say. Okay. I'll try that. I'll try that when I start free camming again. Xmog taking some decent damage. He's the only one that really has to be careful. Hegzilla down to about 7k life. Redfro, if I'm him, I push that destroyer and take him out. All these battleships are perfectly broadside. Let's go to Redfro. We're about to see a destroyer duel right here. Alright. Shut up, brother man Bill. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. Torps are in. Land Warrior going to be able to keep some vision up on him. But, oh man, Von Blitz has got to be careful. These Torps are coming in. He's going to be able to probably miss if he goes forward a little bit. Not too much. Let's go back to Xmog because he's taking all the damage right now. Seems to be their tank right now. Captain Vermicilli also taking some pretty big damage. If you can see the difference that their battleships, they're winning the destroyer fight. They're up 1 destroyer to none. Or they're 3-2. They got the early kill, but the battleships on Fog, was it Fog Girls? Just let me know. Fleet of Fog. I'm confused with the can't I? Fleet of Fog. All their battleships are at least 75% to higher. Spectrumate pushing with Blackstar. Blackstar near full life. I mean, these battleships, couple on the Poseidon. Oh, there's those torps. There's those torps. Oxmog taking some big damage and most likely does not have a repair. Taking some flooding damage. Down about 4,000 life. There's not much you can do. And down they go. A battleship for a destroyer. Down he goes. One of the big ships. They're going to have 4v3. And Captain Vermicilli is relatively slow. Down go the smoke. See if they can do it. Jack Frag's avoiding all those shots. This could potentially go relatively bad. Hegzilla goes down as well. Oh, Hegzilla gets the kill on Redfro. Man, this has gone pretty bad for Poseidon right here. Losing a destroyer and a battleship almost simultaneously. Crazy Stripper not going down. Blackstar putting up a decent fight, but he's got to run. There's too many ships there. Putting out some more smoke for J-Regs. Captain Vermicilli is taking a pretty big beating right now. And all they're going to do is launch an HE. There's not much they can do. Hopefully get a couple torpedoes hits on Maccabee. Captain Vermicilli, all I can do is kind of back up. Making the calls right now, Crazy Cole. Hegzilla's still not dead right now. That's the craziest thing. He's still not dead, just controlling A. If I'm them, I push two. You know only one destroyer is there because you know where the other one is. You push two destroyers there, kill that DD, and just win that cap back and win that fight. Don't know why Poseidon didn't push that hard. I don't know if they're too spread out or what. But if I'm them, I push 2v1, you win that cap, you kill that DD, and just keeping onward. And really keeping a big advantage in this game. Looks like J-Regs is going to be able to get this out. Back to Captain Vermicilli. Just tanking. Now they do have... Oh man, Hegzilla goes down. J-Regs, he saw those torps coming too. That's the craziest thing. Hegzilla being the MVP right now, taking out two guys right now. Oh man, how do you take that torp? That's so huge. Huge. Huge, boys. He saw those torps from the start. It's one of those you look at and you say there's no way they're going to be hit, and then they take the torp. That's a big turning point. All they have is Black Star. Let's go to Black Star really quick and see what's up. Huge, boys. Can we get a huge in chat? That's pretty rough. Poseidon jumped out to a big advantage, taking out that destroyer, going for the hero play. But man, they haven't been able to capitalize on their advantage at all. Like I said, you roll those two destroyers down to A, you win that cap back, you kill that DD, then you're up 2-0. But with this right now, they are at a huge disadvantage, being down two destroyers and one of their big battleships, and still Fleet of Fog with all their battleships. The only battleship that's relatively low is Maccabee with almost 40,000 and Battleship Yamato with almost 40,000. Compared to theirs, Captain Vermicilli was relatively low, sitting on about 22k. That's not that much compared to these guys. As well, Spectra going down to about 32k. Where's Von Blitz? Von Blitz relatively high, about 43, but he's their highest ship, and he's still not almost as high as the rest of the other ships on the other team. So Fog at a big advantage, not being able to do too much. A Crying Stripper, another DD that's been spotted for the majority of the game, but still hasn't been killed. We'll see how they can go. Big shot there from Spectra. Takes him down. Will that get enough ground for him? I don't know, but Spectra with a giant shot taking out a Crying Stripper. But as you can see, they're down 2 caps to 1. Those are going to start ticking relatively quickly late in this game. And you get this late, near 800 points, one ship's a pretty big swing. Black Star is going to have to start playing out of his mind, hitting some shots. Looks like Fleet Admiral takes maybe one torp from the carrier. Hegzilla about to go down. Crazy Cole going for the kill on this one. We get over there in time. Hegzilla with about 400 life. Crazy Cole going in. Of course, Heg's going to have torps. In goes the shot. Solid shot. Torps are in. Can he get his tip? Let's watch it. Let's watch it. It's very important for him. He may be taking one. If he can swing the ass around, he might be alright. Now, Fleet of Fog. This is their chance. Oh, never mind. Down goes Black Star. Okay, I was about to say. Poseidon had their advantage. They had a DD to their none. They had this advantage now. Crazy Cool on the back end of these battleships. These battleships aren't going to be able to do too much. They got to stay pointing forward. They got to stay aiming forward because of these other big battleships. Crazy Cool can do some big damage to these guys as well, putting big shots on Fleet Admiral. Try and take him out. Captain Vermicilli taking some big damage right now. Down to about 4k life. One solid shot from this guy. Interesting, no turpits. I mean, this is when you'd want the turpits. Captain Vermicilli on fire, not having the repair. Can you get one last big shot in? About 5k, not too crazy. But shots is in. Captain Vermicilli with the repair, 200 life. The secondaries, will they get him? Can he get one more big shot? Oh no, he bounced the secondaries. Can he do it? One broadside shot, 1,000 life. He has the repair. Fleet Admiral's on fire, 2,000 life. He's still hanging on there, about the reload, about to come up. Can he finish him off? At least get the 1-for-1 trade. Oh, shots in. 3k, Vermicilli. Oh, I was about to say, go buy a lottery ticket, man. Decent little shot as he's going down. Fleet of Fog gonna have a huge advantage right now. Von Blitz, the only real battleship on their team with any life. Fleet Admiral will go down, but takes a couple ships with them. 2 Amagis to North Carolina's left. That's not ideal. That is not ideal. As you can see, too, the score is 700 to 900. Let's kind of zoom out here. We got Spectra on top side. And Von Blitz here, 2v3 battleships, with as well as Fog Cruiser Yubari way in the back, being able to throw the HE from a long ways away. Von Blitz has got to get that turn. He's completely broadside, taking big shots from Maccabee. I would have probably turned in if I was him, but hey, there you go. 10k left on Maccabee. Maccabee is on fire. Von Blitz taking some massive shots. Spectra, let's go over there really quick. Spectra put a big shot on Yamato, but he's going to be completely surrounded. One and down goes Spectra. Not much else he can do there. Surrounded by 2 Amagis. Von Blitz made a weird move, kind of juked out, then juked back in. He's going to be perfectly broadside for this shot. Maccabee's going to have the reload coming up relatively quickly, less than 10k life. Missed by Von Blitz. Down goes the game. Game goes to FOG Fleet. I believe that's 2-0. Captain Maselli, what a jerk, kills me. I believe the series goes to. There's the link right there, guys. I believe the series goes to Fleet of FOG. That'll bump them up to 5 and 4, I believe, for the standings. 5 wins, 4 losses, 2 wins in a row. Where did I see it? I think that Poseidon had their advantage when they killed the 1 destroyer that was going for the hero play for the carrier. If I was them, I rotate destroyers down to that C cap pretty quickly, win that 1v2 or the 2v1, and take over that. They're up 2 destroyers to none. Even if they lose 1 in the process, they're still up 2-1, and then they just control the caps from there. I really think that was their problem. Maybe their battleships weren't hitting the shots they needed to. They're a bit low life-wise. Kutuzov for Satago. Crazy Cole with 2 kills. Fog Cruiser with no kills, but who knows how much damage he did. Land Warrior doing a great job. Both carriers just doing a really good job. Almost even in planes. No kills on them, but just enough. Land Warrior getting a couple decent shots. I mean, they got some good drops on the destroyers as well. Not enough to take one out, but kept them spotted. Did a really good job. Kind of canceled each other out, if anything, this game. But looking at the battleships, Hegzilla, probably the player of the game this recent game. Hegzilla taking out 2 big DDs while he's going down. The 2-for-1 in this kind of situation when it's 9v9, that's a good amount of their team, especially to their DDs. What was it? It was either J-Regs. J-Regs saw the torpedoes from Hegzilla as Hegzilla was going down and still took the torp. Big miss up right there. That could have been kind of a leaning point where they take down Hegzilla. Luckily, Crazy was there to kind of take him out. But I think the destroyers on Fleet of FOG were up for way too long. Is there a stream for opposition? There is not going to be, but I'm going to switch back and forth. Hegzilla, there you go. Is that going to be his name from now? Big game out of Hegzilla. Really good damage out of the battleships as well. I think you just got to give it to the destroyers on Fleet of FOG. I think they just played a little bit better. Basically, they didn't die, which is what Poseidon needed them to do. I think a good switch, a good rotation of the destroyers down when they were up 3-2 would have been a really good chance to kind of take out Hegzilla and just completely control the map. Miscues maybe. I think that was kind of the turning point, but all in all, pretty solid game, back and forth. There was some times where I thought Poseidon could have possibly come back, especially when the Crazy Cole was getting the shots and the destroyers took him out. But in the end, it was just too much damage. The battleships on Poseidon were just too low at the time to fight.